Hey everyone, it's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and I wanted to show you a new card, happy birthday card. I'm using some of the new ink colors, the Berry Burst and the Lemon Lime Twist. These are in the new catalog, which you can request one from me. I'll get one to you, and you can start ordering June 1st. So let me get started with this card. It is an A2 size card, but it's folded horizontally. And I have, so it's 5.25 by, or sorry, 5.5 by 8.5, and then it's scored at 4.25. And I have this lemon lime twist piece is the same card as the card base, and this is so I can wrap the ribbon around, and I'll show you how to do that later. And then I have another piece of Whisper White, and this is 1.5 by 4.25, so that will line up nicely right here. So the first thing, well, let me just go through what I'm going to be using. There's a new framelit called Happy Birthday, and let me just poke this out. I have a piece left over from earlier, so I'll be cutting that out with my Big Shot. And then there's the Happy Birthday Gorgeous stamp set. It has a lot of nice sentiments, some pretty flowers. I'm going to be using this bigger flower and this tiny leaf. I kind of like the small leaf. And this is a two-step stamp set. So a lot of these flowers you do in 2 colors. I use the same ink pad, and I just stamp off once and get a lighter color, so it matches really well. The balloons match up with our balloon punch. Let me just get that real quick and show you. So it matches up with this smaller punch, which is really nice. So you just stamp it and then punch it out, and it's very easy to use. So let's get this put aside, and we'll start out by die cutting the Happy Birthday sentiment. So I have a piece of Berry Burst, and let me just get my Big Shot. So with the Big Shot, I'm using the precision plate. So I have the Big Shot set with tab 2 down, and then I have my precision plate, which is good for intricate dies. And what you do is you lay your die right on the plate. There's no cutting plate between. And so I'm going to put my paper down, my cardstock, Berry Burst, and let me find a place to put this. As you can see, I've been using this, so I think it will fit right in here. So I'll put that down, I'll put my plate over it, and I'll run it through. Now I like to run it through twice. That's just to be certain that it comes out okay. With the precision plate, you probably shouldn't have to do that, and I'm sorry for the shaking. I'm shaking my whole desk here. So, and the camera's attached to the desk, so I apologize for that. And we'll just get this off and put this away. Okay, so here I am back again. So it came off very, very easily. I keep them on a magnetic piece of cardboard covered with a magnet. It just makes it easier to store these. And we'll just peel this apart. Comes out pretty easily. There might be a couple of stragglers, but we'll see whether we need our tool or not. So I'm just going to gently pull the whole thing out, and then we'll just use this to poke through. Get all these pieces out. Some of them are probably easier just with my fingers. They really do well with that precision plate. Get a couple with these, the little ones. Okay, one more. So that looks good. So let me just wipe this away, get it out of our way. So that was the first step. The next thing I want to do is stamp. So I am going to use this little strip and get my Berry Burst out first. And then I'm going to start with the inside of the flower, the detail, I'll call it. And let me just put that on, and I'll take the background. So I have this mounted. You'll see that there's a point. That is to help you line it up. Since this is two-step, you want to make sure that the stamp is lined up correctly. So we'll put them both up. You could do it up or down, or whatever you do, you need to be consistent. So I'm going to start with this one, and I will stamp off the cardstock a little bit, and it just kind of makes sure I don't know, it flows nicer on the eye, I guess. And we'll just go right down, and I'm keeping that point up. And there's no rhyme or reason on how I'm stamping this. I'm just going through it. Okay, and now with this one, I will stamp off. So I'm going to stamp it on the paper. And then I'm going to go over it and line it up. And again, let's keep that point up top. And there is some white in this image, so if it's not lined up perfect, it doesn't really matter. So we'll just stamp off and then stamp it down. Very, very easy to do. And it's really so pretty. I mean, the two-step stamping is really nice. And again, I like using the same ink, but just stamping off so you know it will match 100%. You know, it's the same color. And now let's go with the leaf. So let me get the leaf out. I'm going to put this on the smaller block as well. I have to get some more of these small blocks so that I can pre-mount things. So let's see, the lemon lime twist, and I just love this color. I love this color combination, the berry burst and the lemon lime twist. Isn't it just so pretty? So on this, I will just stamp. Sorry about that. My phone rang, and I'm using my phone as my camera, so there's a little interruption there. So the lemon lime twist with the leaves, and I'm just, you know, going to stamp them here and there. Some two together, some one, kind of just very, very quickly, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. So just have fun with it. And don't go too crazy about getting anything lined up perfectly or counted or any of that. Just what appeals to you is what you should do. And somebody, I heard somewhere say that we make handmade cards, not Hallmark cards. And I like that because, you know, a lot of times you make a mistake, but it's handmade. So I think that looks good. I think we'll leave it like that. So let me just close this up. So this card is coming together pretty quickly. I mean, it's a pretty easy card, and just I think the colors just make it pop. So the next step is I'm going to adhere this with some snail to the lemon lime twist. So I'll just put some snail on the back and line it up to the edge here. Okay, and then I'll put the ribbon on, and I don't know, sometimes I have a hard time tying. I mean, this ribbon is very nice. It's smooth. It's let's see, so it is the finely woven ribbon. It's a 1/2 inch wide, and it just seems really easy to manipulate. So what I want to do is I'm going to just put a little bit of snail on the back, and I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to just adhere this, come down the side, and attach it here, and then I'm going to cut it. And I keep a pair of scissors for ribbon, just so that I don't, I don't know, I think Sometimes it ruins your scissors if you use them for multiple purposes. And this is actually a little bit crooked, so I'm going to just try to pull it up and straighten it out. And it will be stuck down to the card base, so I'll put some more adhesive on. And then I just, I have the ribbon on the spool, and I will just go through and tie it in, a one little knot here. Try to make it look kind of nice. And that's it. So I'll just cut this at an angle and cut this one at an angle, and that, just adjust it a little bit. You can go crazy trying to tie it perfectly. And then we will adhere the happy birthday sentiment. With this sentiment, what in a lot of these die cuts, you can actually cut out multiples and stack them up and make it have more dimension, which is pretty cool to do. I've seen people do it. You have to be pretty precise with it, but I don't think it's that difficult. So I have my fine tip glue pen, and I'm just going to make sure that it comes out okay. Sometimes it gets clogged and it jumps out at me. So I'm just going to go around the words, all the letters I should say, just touching it here and there. And this glue is pretty good. It dries clear, so if you have any that escapes the back, you'll be okay with it. You could hold this with tweezers if it's easier for you. It is a big die cut, which is really nice because you could do a card with the big, big sentiment. It takes up a lot of room on the card, and I like that because I think it really makes it easy to make a card that looks nice, but you don't need to add a lot to it. So that looks good. Let's turn it over and try to center it without making a mess here. So I am going to just put it down here. And what I like to do is I like to just lean a clear block right on top of it just for a minute. And while that's drying, I just like to make sure it all goes down. I wanted to just show you the catalog. So this is the annual catalog 2017-2018. I can't show you the inside, but this I can start sending out. If you've placed an order with me, I will be putting this in the mail. If not, and you're interested in it, just reach out to me. You can email me at patty@pspapercrafts.com, or you can go to my website, pspapercrafts.com. I have a Facebook page. Just look for PS Paper Crafts and you'll find me. So I think we're good with this. Okay, and I will adhere this now to the card base. So let's put some snail down on this. I love the snail. It's very quick and easy. I know some people do the liquid glue, the Tombow, which I like as well because it gives you a little bit of time to maneuver things, but sometimes it's just easier, to do it with the snail. So I like to try to line up the corners. So there you go. That's the card. So this is the one that I had made earlier. I see this is a little bit lighter than this. I think maybe I just inked it up a little bit more. But tell me what you think. And again, check me out on my Facebook page. I'm on Instagram. So you can find me very easily with PS Paper Crafts. And thank you so much for joining me today. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.